In today's news, Maldives Monetary Authority reports growth in forex reserves. Supreme Court opens applications for judges, and Maldives reiterates support for independent Palestinian state.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to the English News Bulletin on MMTV. I'm Aisha Tashkil with the news this hour. The Maldives Police Service and National Defence Force MNDF confirms the arrest of 3 people during their search of numerous properties in a major joint national security operation launched across the Greater Malé area. Authorities are searching locations connected to those arrested after receiving intelligence information that prompted the coordinated action. Police have conducted searches in several buildings throughout Malé and Hulu Malé, questioning residents at these locations. Security forces have also inspected various vessels as part of the operation. Social media footage shows security personnel stopping a pickup truck in the green zone and taking its driver into custody. Few details have been disclosed about the specific nature of the security threat, though officials have confirmed the operation's connection to national security. The Maldives Police Service has stated they will release additional information as the operation progresses and as further details can be confirmed and shared with the public. The Ministry of Health prepares to award contracts for the construction of new hospitals and health centres across multiple islands. Speaking on MMTV's Bodhabur program, Minister of State for Health Ahmad Qasim stated that contracts for health service buildings in 65 islands will be handed over this month. According to Qasim, 29 islands will undergo hospital developments, with some receiving new hospitals and others expanding with extension buildings. Additionally, 36 islands will have new health centres constructed or existing facilities expanded to address space constraints. Qasim further revealed that projects awarded by the previous administration in 13 islands will be cancelled and reassigned to new contractors within the next week. He explained that these projects were previously awarded without the necessary funding, requiring the current administration to restructure the implementation process. Alongside the construction efforts, 3 hospitals are currently undergoing tertiary upgrades, which Qasim described as a revolutionary change that will allow advanced medical services and diagnostics previously unavailable in these facilities. The hospitals being upgraded to tertiary level include Ungufar Regional Hospital, Kurudufush Regional Hospital, and Dr. Abdul Samad Memorial Hospital. Qasim also announced that dialysis services will be made available in every atoll within the next 4 months, citing the recent launch of dialysis services in Ihavandu as part of this expansion. Commenting on the state of the health sector within the administration assumed, Qasim stated that many health facilities and equipment were in poor condition. He expressed concerns over the deterioration of previously well-functioning systems, which has resulted in challenges in service delivery due to staff shortages and inadequate resources. The State Minister assured that the government is actively working to address these issues by securing necessary staff and resources to enhance healthcare services nationwide. The Judicial Service Commission JSC has announced the opening of applications for the position of Supreme Court judge following the resignation of Justice Husnu Sood. Sood resigned on February 4, 2025 after being suspended due to an ongoing investigation by the Anti-Corruption Commission ACC into corruption allegations. The JSC is now seeking to fill the vacant position and has outlined the eligibility criteria for applicants. Candidates must be at least 30 years old, hold a first degree in Islamic Sharia or law, and have a minimum of 7 years' experience as a lawyer or judge. Applicants must also not hold any political office or be affiliated with any political party and must have no history of offences under Islamic law or related to fraud or bribery. The JSC confirmed that the appointment process will include consultation with the President in line with the constitutional requirements. Interested candidates can submit their applications through the JSC's Fahiras portal until 11 p.m. on March 12, 2025. Currently, the Supreme Court bench consists of Chief Justice Ahmad Muhtasim Adnan and Justices Aisha Sujoon Mohammed, Ali Rashid Hussain and Mohammad Ibrahim. However, Justices Azmiralda Zahir and Mahaz Ali Zahir remain suspended as the ACC continues to investigate allegations of corruption and abuse of power. We have more news coming up after this short break. Stay tuned.
هنا كلام ما بيجي بمشان إيرو
أفتح بهن نصيبوري كم نصيبوري كإنها صوفيا
ميهم كان رمضان نوغن يلا كوريا دا بروموشن
أديبونا دويستر رفيق متي كم بيا فاريك كاساق بدت إنام
تيابري
500 رفيا 500 رفيا إبغى إنام هديها باس كوفي أول رقمنا تري سكدو استهاري كما كنا ما كنا نكيل فبراير بيهين أبريل 20
إنسان فيها رود هدية ما رنغلو
إنسان فيها رود هدية بروموشن.
Welcome back. Looking into more local news. The Maldives Monetary Authority MMA reports an improvement in the country's foreign exchange reserves, with the total reserves reaching $981 million by the end of February.
Usable reserves stand at $179 million after necessary financial deductions. According to MMA data, the official reserve assets rose to $832.1 million at the end of February, marking a 17.5% increase from $708.1 million recorded in January. In addition to these official reserve assets, MMA's investment in local banks added $149.6 million to other foreign exchange assets. Combined, these figures brought a total reserves to $981.7 million. However, a significant portion of these reserves, $802.6 million, was allocated for short-term financial obligations, leaving the state with $179 million in usable reserves at the close of February. The recovery of reserves was notably influenced by a $400 million currency swap arrangement between the MMA and the Reserve Bank of India. This financial intervention played a crucial role in stabilizing the reserves and reversing previous declines. MMA's decision to open the dollar supply to banks in January further strengthened the reserves in line with foreign exchange regulations introduced in October of the previous year. Increased US dollar deposits from the tourism sector, surpassing initial MMA estimates, also contributed to a rise in foreign exchange availability through banks, though this had previously strained state reserves. The sharp decline in reserves had been a key factor in the country's credit rating downgrade. However, financial experts suggest that the recent improvements, driven by government measures, could lead to a potential upgrade in the country's credit rating if the recovery trend continues.
The Waste Management Corporation, WEMCO, has been awarded the contract to establish waste and resource management centers in 32 islands. The agreement was officially signed at a ceremony on Tuesday, where Minister of Tourism and Environment Thorig Ibrahim signed on behalf of the ministry, and WEMCO's Managing Director Mujtaba Jalil signed on behalf of the company. This follows the ministry's decision in February to award WEMCO the contract for waste management centers in Meedu and Horudeli in Dal Atoll. With the latest agreement, WEMCO is now responsible for establishing waste management centers in a total of 34 islands. Speaking at the ceremony, Minister Thorig stated that this milestone reflects the government's commitment to enhancing waste management infrastructure. He highlighted that 128 islands are set to receive waste management centers under the ongoing national program, with the remaining islands assigned to other companies to ensure full coverage. The minister further noted that during President Dr. Mohamed Moise's visits to different atolls, waste management emerged as a key concern among residents. He stressed the importance of proper waste disposal, particularly in a country that welcomes a large number of tourists, as maintaining a clean environment is a source of national pride. The government reiterates its long-standing support for the Palestinian people, with Foreign Minister Dr. Abdullah Khalil confirming that the country remains committed to ensuring that the people of Palestine can live in peace.
The foreign minister reiterated that President Dr. Mohammad Muiz had, in consultation with the cabinet, decided on 2nd June 2024 to ban the import of Israel passports in response to a written question from North Galaruk MP Mohammed Ibrahim. To implement this policy, an amendment to the Immigration Act No. 1/2007 is required. The proposed changes are currently under review by the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Security, which is engaging with various stakeholders. Once enacted, the amendment will facilitate the enforcement of the government's decision. The government has also been working closely with Arab and Islamic nations to highlight the plight of the Palestinians on the international stage. The Maldives has consistently condemned Israel's actions against Palestinian civilians and has called for an end to such hostilities at various global forums. As part of the efforts, the Maldives has actively participated in international legal proceedings concerning Palestine. The country has submitted a written statement in a case at the International Court of Justice (ICJ), where the United Nations General Assembly has sought an advisory opinion on the legal consequences of Israel's policies in the occupied Palestinian territories. Additionally, the Maldives has filed a declaration of intervention in the ICJ case brought by South Africa against Israel concerning the application of the Convention on the Prevention and Punishment of the Crime and Genocide in Gaza. The Maldives is also involved in a separate ICJ case addressing Israel's arrangements for the presence of the United Nations and other international organizations in the occupied Palestinian territories. Beyond legal action, the Maldives has been increasing its humanitarian assistance to Palestine. The government has decided to raise its annual contribution to the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine refugees in the Near East for USD 5,000 to 50,000. In addition, the Maldivians donated USD 1.2 million through a nationwide telethon in 2024 to support Palestinians. As part of the country's aid effort, Maldives has also pledged to send 2 million fish to Palestine, with the first shipment of 374,400 fish delivered to Gaza on 12 February via the Egyptian Red Crescent. The government has time and again reaffirmed its commitment to continue advocating for the Palestinian cause and providing support through diplomatic, legal, and humanitarian means.
That concludes all the news we have for you this hour. Thank you for watching and have a blessed evening ahead.